All right, so welcome to today's analysis. Today is Tuesday, the 14th of February 2017. It is Valentine's Day, which is why this webinar is being held a little late. Quite busy this Valentine's Day, as you know, a lot of people are. Unfortunately, I had to break up with my girlfriend this Valentine's Day. I know it's mean to do it on Valentine's Day, but I just, it's like, I found someone else, and you guys might know this lady. It's Janet Yellen, Fed Chairman Janet Yellen. I'm just in love with her. I've decided to break up with my girlfriend, move to America, and pursue her, even though it's Valentine's Day. And the reason is because she just loves to make me money. Of course, I'm talking about the AUD-USD short trade. Well, not to her, but it's a joke for you guys. It's because of this AUD-USD short trade. Thankfully, she came out and started speaking this morning, and it drove AUD-USD down a lot. So, nice little trade there. Did anyone catch this one? You did? Alright, chat's not scrolling down, damn it. As is, you did? A lot of you did. Was it posted to the forum? I haven't checked out the forum today. Sorry guys. I know I've just been busy. It's Valentine's Day. Like, I was spending time with my actual girlfriend, not breaking up with her. So, you know, I wasn't on the forum, but so it was posted to the forum. Nice. Good, good, good. I hate it when the chat doesn't scroll down. It's going to be buggy the whole time, so I'll have to scroll down. No, please don't, Ramona. Please not Trump. Not for Valentine's. I mean, I'm not talking about him as a person. I'm not going to share my opinion on that at all, but come on. Do you really want to subject your future child to that kind of hair? That's where I'm coming from with this. Valentine's is non-existent. Oh, damn it. Why is this chat buggy? I hate having to scroll down. All right. But all right, let's be serious here, okay? Let's stop joking around. Let's actually do some analysis. As Ash pointed out, the preceding trend was very short. But short preceding trend is okay if you have a good risk to reward ratio, which this trade had. But to be honest, I mostly entered this trade because of the news coming up. As you guys know, I've been doing some experimenting with news, let's call it. Yeah, experimenting is probably the right word to use in this case. I've been doing some experimenting with news. Now, it's based on some, I guess, information I got that I've shared with you guys about how the big banks handle news. And I'm not going to go over it again, but we could discuss it after the webinar in the section that's not recorded. That's only for Forex Mastermind members, so we could discuss it then if anyone has any questions about that. But yeah, I've been doing some experiments with news trading and trading just before major news releases, and you know, it works out pretty well most of the time. It didn't work out for NFP, the last NFP, so it didn't work out in that case, but most of the time it works out quite well, and today was one of those days. So this trade showing up just before news, that led me to believe that the news coming out would push price down. Now this could have been just absolute luck, or it could have been because the news was going to push it down. That's why we saw the setup forming. Either way, this trade worked out quite well. So it was a nice move down. Yeah, it was an upturn. Just to make something clear, I took this trade with a reduced position size. Anything I do that involves the risk of trading around the news, I reduce my position size. That way, if this kind of candle happened in the opposite direction, so it would have been hitting my stop loss, for example, the max damage I could take, unless I got slipped like crazy, but I've never been slipped that much by my broker. So this is my stop loss. Let's say I got slipped up to here, for example, because it was moving really fast. That would be double what my stop loss was, roughly. Just visually, that's roughly double what my stop loss was. So imagine I got slipped that much. I've reduced my position size by around half of what it normally is. So that means that my risk, even if I get slipped double my stop loss, which is huge, I've only lost as much as I would lose on any normal trade that would have hit my stop loss, because I'm only losing that much. Now, if I were to get slipped massively, so price just went like bam up to here and I got slipped, I would lose a little bit more than I would normally lose in a trade, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, because my risk management, with good risk management, I only risk a small percentage of my account anyway, a very small percentage. So the way I see it is, yes, trading news is riskier, but I just manage the risk, and yeah, that's why I did it, and that's how I'm doing it. And it's just some of the testing that I'm doing, because I'm always doing testing in Forex. It's not like, I have my strategy and that's all I'm ever going to trade. It was like that for a while, to be honest, but now I'm trying different things because, I just think it's always important to try and grow as a trader. Just because you have something that works, it doesn't mean you can't look for other things and you can't try and grow. I'm trading 15-minute charts, price action, just to mess around and just to see if I can make it work. I'm trying to trade news more just to see if I can make it work. Long term, nothing may come of this news trading, but the results so far have been very, very good, and I'm very, very happy with it. So we've been speaking for 8 minutes. Let's actually get into the analysis before we go on too long. Yeah, it was entered on the 4 hour. Is the market changing? No, not really. The market's just doing what it's always doing, Steve. The only reason I'm trying new things is just because I want to. I mean, I have a lot of free time, and yeah, I want to. But anyway, let's actually look into the analysis, or start the analysis rather. Leave questions until after the analysis portion of the webinar, please. Then we can do questions. All right, so let's get started. Yeah, AUD/USD. I mean, we'll flick through it, but obviously there's not going to be any actual trade setup left here because it's just done. AUD/CAD. AUD/CAD short from last week. I failed this short. This was a failed trade for me. I think I mentioned this one in, what was it, Tuesday's analysis, I believe. I entered this short, but I entered a bit too early, to be honest. I entered on the 12-hour chart, and my stop loss was a bit too tight. My stop loss was too tight. I kind of got greedy, really. I wanted to have a good risk-reward ratio. I went against my better judgment, and I put too tight a stop loss in. Realistically, the best stop loss would have been above these highs here. right? And I knew this, but I thought, you know, I'm gonna put in a tighter stop because I don't think it's gonna break above those highs. And then of course it did. Just because I've been trading for, what is it now? Since I was 18, so, well no, since I was 16, but Forex really since I was 18. So Forex, I've been trading Forex for 13 years now, because I'm about to turn 31 in April. So yeah, Forex for 13 years now. It doesn't mean I still don't make mistakes. I still make mistakes. This one was a bit of a mistake. I should have really put my stop loss a bit higher and accepted a smaller risk to reward ratio, but I didn't. My stop loss was a bit lower, got stopped out. A lot of you guys are still in this trade, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, right? Still in this trade, yeah? Rian, you're still in? Oh, this trade has taken its time to move down. So for those of you who played it smarter than me and actually put in a proper stop loss, that way you didn't get stopped out, this trade's looking pretty good still. I mean, it's not looking fantastic because it's taken its time, and I really don't like that, but it's still looking pretty good overall. Definitely worth sticking to for now. But yeah, it is a big test of your patience. I'm sure it is, Rian. It's an annoying trade. It's like one step forwards, two steps backwards, or one step forward, one step backwards kind of situation with this trade. So yeah, I don't know. At this point, you may as well stick to it. Thankfully, the news pulled it down a little bit for you, so that's nice. So yeah, EURCAD, not much going on other than an open trade. So there's no actual setups that we can see here today. AUDJPY, let's see what's going on with AUDJPY. We've got indecision forming on resistance, but it's well above resistance. So I definitely don't want to jump into a short here. This is very likely to just become a continuation trade. So yeah, there's no potential for a short there. Well, no potential that I'd be willing to take. AUD New Zealand is in between two support resistance areas, therefore there is nothing there. CAD JPY is pushing above an area, so there is no potential there. A CAD JPY trade was awesome. I didn't take it, I'm just saying it was awesome. Euro AUD between two support resistance areas. EURCAD, what's up with EURCAD? Ooh, okay. That's a really, really nice bit of indecision there. Let's zoom in a bit. I think I'm a bit too zoomed out. Yeah, look at that. All right, my concerns. I'm just going to list off my concern right off the bat. It's a bit low in this support area. We could see that the previous bounces from the support area have been around here. Now this one is here. So jumping in long on something like this, very high risk to get something like that happening, right? High potential for that. Preceding trend, not very strong. Because, you know, a small preceding trend, not the worst thing in the world, but when you got these two things together, it's not as good, because see, we would want our entry a bit further up because I want to be sure that buyers have taken control of price. So with an entry up there and a stop loss here, I'd want to stick my target at, you know, the most here. We're not going to get a good risk to reward ratio. That being said, I don't want to write this one off completely. Definitely not. I am going to keep a close eye on this. I might take a trade here. Not too sure. We will discuss it on the forum if I do. But let's not make any plans because, you know, it's not the best setup. And then couple that with the fact that it's on the daily and we've got several hours until this candle closes. Yeah, 6 hours at least until this candle closes. Actually, no, 5 hours, 45 minutes until this candle closes. So, yeah, I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure out if I want to trade this. We'll just see what happens when the candle closes and I'll decide then. So EURCAD, I'll come back to this one in about 5 hours, 45 minutes. Euro GBP up next. So let's move EURCAD to the top of the list. Euro GBP is in between two support resistance areas. Nope. Hey, Marcelo. Euro JPY is just like stuck on a resistance area or a support area rather. Yeah, nothing tradable there. Euro New Zealand. Not sure if I've ever traded Euro New Zealand. Nothing much going on there. Euro USD. Interesting. Is it stalling? No, it's not. It was, and the news pushed it down. But news-based moves are often short-lived, and it is on support. So those two things together tell me that, well, I'll just explain step by step what I'm thinking here. I'll explain my thought process. So prior to the news, price was stalling and turning around from the support area. The news then came along and caused price to push down. News-based moves are often short-lived. So is it going to resume the indecision it was showing us around here? Is it going to resume it? Possibly. Therefore, it is worth keeping a close eye on Euro USD, because even though we're not seeing any solid indecision right now, it's very possible that we're going to see indecision form on tomorrow's daily candle, or possibly on the 12-hour today. So let's keep a close eye on this. Definitely worth keeping a close eye on. We got Euro USD sitting on top of a strong support area. It's already shown us indecision. Was pushed down further by news, but it could definitely show us indecision again. So Euro USD worth keeping an eye on. GBP AUD is in between two support resistance areas. Aziz, please don't say I suggested playing on the 15-minute charts. I didn't. I definitely didn't. I said that I am testing the 15-minute charts, and that unless you've been trading for at least a year or more, you probably shouldn't be trading price action on the 15-minute charts, because it is way too complicated, way too fast moving, and way too stressful. So I definitely did not say that. No, I don't mind that you're doing it. Like, that's fine. I'm just saying I don't want it to become a thing that people are saying, well, Nick, you suggested trading the 15-minute charts, and I've taken quite a few losses, and this thing is driving me absolutely crazy. That's all your fault. Obviously, like 99% of you aren't going to say that, but I've just made it very clear that the 15-minute chart is a bit risky if you don't know what you're doing, and it's something that you should only test if you're already comfortable trading price action on larger timeframes. So yeah, I didn't suggest it. I suggested the opposite. Just disclaimer. That's my disclaimer. I'll put it up in writing next time I talk about 15-minute charts. Okay, GBP USD in between two support resistance areas. Not going to get much here. New Zealand CAD in between two support resistance areas. Not going to get much. Nope. New Zealand USD. Wow, it's in between two support resistance areas. USD CAD. That was the other one. That was the other one that I was thinking about, but I went for AUD USD instead because it looked like a stronger setup. Alright, let's pull AUD USD down here. AUD USD versus USD CAD. That was my decision today. And it just looked like AUD USD had a cleaner move up. So it would be less minor support for price to get stuck on its way down. And I guess I was right, because USD CAD didn't really make the move that AUD USD did. It pretty much stalled right here at this messy support, messy resistance, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that was a good move, I guess. Giving myself a pat on the back. I am amazing. Yeah. Looks good on the 8 hour too, but it's a bit late. So if you're not in it, too late. USD CHF. Ooh. Hello. You're approaching a resistance area, aren't you? And it's stalling. Approaching and stalling. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, that's a 12 hour. 12 hour. I'm in fact going to pull this down to here. Now, I know what you're going to be thinking. You can't just adjust a resistance area because you want to take a trade there. But that's not what I'm doing at all. I just noticed on the 12-hour chart that this area was probably better placed down here based on these recent bounces. When you're placing support resistance areas, recent data is always most important, way more important than past data. So when this was placed, it was placed up there because probably of this bounce and this bounce. But the more recent data, mainly these two bounces, but also supported by some older data, suggest that it would be better placed slightly down. Maybe this one can be adjusted too, but most importantly, I'm just adjusting this one for now because this one is the one that I am most concerned about. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing really amazing happening here right now, but I am going to keep a close eye on this in case you get indecision forming. So USD CHF, worth keeping an eye on, but you know, nothing really crazy happening. USD JPY is approaching a resistance area. No need for adjustment on the USD JPY resistance area. It's a pretty good one. Maybe we can adjust the support a little bit, but the resistance area is still very strong, very good resistance area. Yeah, I mean, it's approaching it, but it's not even touched it, so I won't get too excited. I would be looking for something like that, indecision there, then reversal. But not right now because it hasn't even touched it, so there's no potential there. All right, so let's review today. We have EURCAD potential bullish reversal. Going to see how the daily candle closes. Euro USD is approaching a support area, or it's rather on top of a support area. Decent support area. Going to keep a close eye on it, see what happens. Maybe even on the 8 hour. So, you know, this one could trigger by tomorrow's analysis, possibly even on the 6 hour. Maybe not the 6 hour though. I'd rather trade this in a higher time frame. 6 hour is a bit messy. I don't want to rely on a 6 hour indecision candle. But whatever, the point is, depending on what happens here in the coming hours, we might get a potential reversal there. And USD CHF, just keep an eye on it. But, you know, there's nothing much exciting happening there. The most important ones are EURCAD and then Euro USD. Any questions about the analysis specifically? Questions about trading? We'll leave till, like, if you have any questions about price action, blah, 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 we'll leave till after I end the recording. Am I sure AUD JPY daily has no potential? I would have said it had potential here with this candle. I would have been interested in shorting, but it's pushed up now. And after pushing up, it came down to this area, and now it's started moving up again. So this looks like it could very possibly be a continuation. And it's not a continuation that I would feel comfortable trading. So yeah, not really interested. Why? What are you seeing there? Oh, damn, I forgot to scroll the chart down. It doesn't matter. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, I definitely don't see anything there. Nothing that I would want to trade at all. So, any other questions about the analysis specifically? Ash is typing. No, Ashu is typing. Depends where you logged in from. If you logged in from an Android phone, no. If you logged in from an iPhone, no. If you logged in on your PC or tablet, yes. Well, actually depends on your tablet. Best to log in from an iPhone if you want to see the screen. Sorry, not to log in from an iPhone if you want to see the screen. Do you have access to a laptop or a PC? Yeah, you're better off using those. Anyway, it looks like there's no actual questions about the analysis itself, so I am going to call an end to the analysis portion. But if you're in the room, do hang around after. If you have any trading questions, stuff like that, want to ask me anything, I'll stick around in the room. So thank you for watching the analysis, and see you guys